All right, just hooking up the streaming to this. All right, so morning, Luis. Morning, Mansoor. Good morning. He said I made $800 on gold in open trade with some US 30 during midnight. Good stuff. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, that gold drop looked really, really good. Where's Euro AUD? There she is. All right, are you guys watching anything specific? I got GJ buys, which kind of already took off, but if we break back above the support level and retest, I think we got a pretty good shot of going long here. So GJ, top of my list. CAT CHF. I was looking for re-entries for the short. I caught the 60 pips down. Shout out to Omar. Price came back up, created another touch at that resistance. I tried to take another short here last night. Woke up, unpleasant sight. That's okay. Gold fell out of the sky. My God. And honest truth, guys, I actually haven't checked the markets before I got on this morning. I mean, I did when I first woke up just to see what we're looking at in a glance. But this is my first time looking at the markets this morning, so you guys are gonna get to see the process behind figuring this stuff out and looking for quality trades. So NAS is inside this range. Looks like it's continuing its way back down. What we do is take the most recent impulsive push, measure it with a Fibonacci retracement. This would have been such a good trade last night. 78% retest, 15,360. I'd love to see a push back down to yesterday's lows. And if we get that push, we get to move all the way back up. Okay. Negative 61 extension level is back at these previous highs. So that would be my next target for new highs. So let's see if we get that retracement. I think during this live stream, we're probably just going to scalp it. And so if it comes back up for some sort of retest, then we can short before the market open. That would be a pretty good move for NASDAQ. Can you please explain Euro AUD? Are you current live in the trade? Yeah, I am. I'm in that Euro AUD. I explained that it was a little bit higher risk because it already left the station. It's about 60 pips of risk, but there's a 2-to-1 risk to reward on that. What's up, Ben? Cool. Good to see you, brother. US 30 is actually in profit. Still running. We got a great entry. And yeah, I'm still holding this US 30. Is anybody else holding US 30 from yesterday? Who's still in this U30 with me? I'm just looking at YouTube real quick. I see Predicting Alpha is in the chat. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Hope you guys are doing good. Guys, if you don't follow Predicting Alpha, highly recommend following them on Instagram. Predicting Alpha is their name. Yeah, really cool guys. We did a podcast sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. All right, so U30. I'm checking the chat real quick. He said, "Me, I'm in. Missed it. I am. Yes, sir. Move stop loss to break even, though. Yeah, after this push, I think it's fair to move stop losses to break even. We've already had our initial push down, we've already had a retracement right there that made lower highs. And so I think that the next logical move is a push to the downside. So then we look left and we try to find some targets. That's an area of support. So that's going to be target 1. As soon as we pass through this line, which is about 34,730, that's where you'll take partial profits. And then we have all these zones to the downside. Now, if we look at this on the higher time frame, we got a long way to go to the downside if this thing crashes. So you want to make sure you're leaving a runner. If you're trading with a micro lot, then you'll just have to be responsible with your account. Take those 400 or 500 pips, whatever it is that the market gave you, and just wait for the next move. He said, will gold rebound soon? Guessing bottoms on gold when it looks like this has been, it hasn't been good to me as a strategy, trying to guess the bottoms. I'd much rather wait for a bounce, retest higher lows, and then that's where I'd like to catch a continuation. Because one candle does not indicate a reversal when the trend is this aggressive. So here's what I'm going to do. Measure. Fib. Look for the extension levels. Do you guys see how these extension levels are being tested as resistance? Let me know in the chat if you guys see this. How it's being tested as resistance, that means that we could potentially see a move down to 1763. Let me get up to the higher time frames, look left, and let's see what structural buying areas we can find. Ooh, we're coming up on one real soon, guys. 1763 looks like a really, really good zone for buys. We look in the past, massive reversal from here, massive push from here, massive push from here. So what comes next? So I'm going to go in here. Do you guys see those lows? Those lows get respected. Those are the high reaction zones that we're always talking about. Yeah, so now when I look at it, I could actually see a push back up. We'll just have to see how it reacts around the zone, which should be very, very soon. There's this like head and shoulders that formed on the 4-hour, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Here's the neckline. If we can hold under the neckline and it retests, then it'll drop. But if we close back above the neckline and start to form support, then we're pushing back up to these highs. So depending on what it does around this zone, we'll have a trade by the end of this live stream. Nas, I really just need to catch this bad entry. Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. So dollar is back bullish. Well, it's not back bullish. It was bullish from last week off the confirmation of the trend line. Third touch on the trend line. We had a bounce. We broke above that support level and started to form multiple touches. And so this double bottom indicated to me that we're going to be pushing up. And so GU, bearish, EU, bearish, and then gold, bearish. Okay. Just going through the landscape real quick before we start finding scalps. I just want to go around and just look at what the market is giving. Euro AUD is the trade that I am currently in. I told you guys this. We just broke below that 61. So this is going to be a longer term trade. I think this is going to be like just hold it, and we'll have to come back and check this, later in the day. But that short is looking really good. That's one of the longer term trades that I'm in today. GJ, I honestly just needed a break back above support. So not stressing that one yet. top to bottom. Yeah, 152 would be a pretty good target, or 152.3 up here. That would be an awesome target. So we'll keep an eye on GJ. I really, really see those loans playing out, but let's get a confirmation by having a break above. CAD CHF is gone. I'm actually taking that back off my watch list. NAS is on its way down. If it reacts around this 420 area, so previous support, resistance, support down here, if it comes down for this retracement, like a channel, then we're going to get a push up. So that's how I trade NAS. A lot of people want me to get on these live streams and just start to like shoot and pray and spray at everything just to catch you guys 15, 30 pips. I'm going to be honest. If there's one way I'm going to do these streams, it's the way that I trade. The way that I trade is not just catching every move in the market. Guys, if you're trying to catch every move in the market, you're always missing something, right? There's a push down, then there's a push up, then there's a push down, then there's a push up, and then there's a push down, then there's a push up, then there's a push down, there's a push up. Your job is not to catch every way that the market moves, because then you're going to be like, a piece of lint in a dryer. You feel me? Wherever the market tumbles you, that's where you're going to end up. Instead, you want to look at the higher time frames, and you want to ask yourself, what's the overall direction of the trend? The overall direction on NASDAQ is bullish, right? It's bullish. Every time the market's bullish and we see a dip, what do? We buy. It's a buy zone. That's a buy zone right there. Every dip is a buy zone. Dip, that's a buy zone. Dip, that's a buy zone. Is this our dip, or could it go lower? That's what we're trying to find out right now. All right, I'm confident that this is another dip before we make a higher high. Then we're going to have another dip up here, and then that's going to be another buying area. Do you guys see how a bullish trend works? So when price is trending, you just want to be able to find the lows of the market, figure out what low and what high is, and just take advantage of those. So just want to give you guys a heads up about that perspective, that even though the market does look bearish on the 1 hour and 4 hour, on the higher time frames, we're still bullish. We're still making higher lows. The lows are still getting higher. And so this is just a retest for me so that we can continue the trend. That's my base case, because we trade with the direction of the overall trend. All right, the only way I'd short this on this call is if market open, we get pushed back up for a double top, and then we drop. We can short back from up here. This is a confirmed shorting area, and it's got a low risk. So I'll take those trades for sure. I'm not about to sell this right now at all. All right, give me something. Give me something I can use. All right, gold might be it. It's the only one that's approaching a higher time frame level. So I just wanted to make sure that we can catch that like quick 50, 60 pips and just be done. He said there's going to be news in 18 minutes, right? Yep. It is employment news, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's either employment or it's CPI. No, it's sales, core retail sales. So are people spending more or less? Are U.S. consumers, do they have more money in their pocket or less money in their pocket? If these numbers come out positive, if people are spending more, then we're going to see huge longs on the indices. If these numbers come out weak, if they just don't hit, people are spending a lot less, people have less money in their pockets, the indices are going to feel a hit. Unemployment claims. Yeah, this is unemployment claims is good, but when we talk about employment, NFP is the most important one, because what you want to see is these are the amount of people that are actually applying for unemployment. So this doesn't account for people who are on different types of assistance that aren't on like unemployment insurance or on like state unemployment. There's folks that are like anybody who was in the pandemic insurance program that just ended in September, they weren't counted in these numbers. So the unemployment claims is good, but it doesn't tell you how many jobs there are in the economy. It just tells you how many people are going on the government website and applying for federal unemployment insurance. So it's pretty big. Like the employment claims are big, but when it comes to the employment numbers, it's not a big measurement. Core retail sales is actually a lot more important because the majority of the retailers are included in the NAS 100 or in SPX 500 or US 30. So if people are spending more, it immediately shows up in the enthusiasm for the stock market because it's going to show up in their stocks during the next earnings season. So that's why I'm looking at the core retail sales as a higher impact event than unemployment, but they're all going to shake the market. So 8:30 open, that's about 10 minutes. We're going to start to see the markets go crazy. And I just want to be around for the ride. I mean, yeah, I don't really see. I mean, this is probably because I'm out of season as a scalper. Um, I realize that scalping is just it works depending on when the market wants to give out pips, when the market is being volatile. The last thing that you can do is force trades on the smaller time frames just to try to find entries. So I'm in this US 30 short, really interested to see if this thing bleeds. I think that we might have caught one of the best entries. If this thing bleeds, guys, we would have caught the wick entry of this market. So let's hold tight for US 30 until the market proves us otherwise. Euro AUD is like probably 4 or 5 pips in profit. Looks like it's about to drop. If you haven't taken this trade, the risk is about 60 pips, if I'm not mistaken, about 68 pips. So that's the thing about entering late, is that the risk just gets higher and higher as we go on. So if you haven't already taken this trade, I think what we'll do is just wait for a pullback to this area of selling. Then we can catch a re-entry up here. But who's in this Euro AUD move with me that got on this call early? So focus on 2-3 trades a day and keep risk management tight. Yes, sir. And maybe not even 2 or 3 trades a day. Like realistically, if you catch one good trade, you don't have an obligation to keep trading. Now, some folks are like, oh, but I have a small account. I got to keep going. Dude, I don't really, that's just a losing strategy too. Even if you have a small account, sometimes you just got to, let's say that you have a small account and you make 300 pips on NASDAQ, right? So that's like, let's say you're using a micro lot size, $30. I mean, it might not seem like a lot of money to you. Like, yeah, you're not going to pay your car note with $30, but compared to your $200 account, you're up 15%. So if you can get your head out of your ass and just walk away from the charts, you'll consistently make those high percentages off 1 or 2 trades. And as the account size grows, so will the money. But if you guys are going to keep getting discouraged and impatient if you have a smaller account because it's not growing fast enough, you'll always do some shit like over leverage to try to get shortcuts, force trades, et cetera, et cetera. Have you checked out EU yet? Yeah, it's very bearish. The entry is already gone. I think that there's going to be a retest, but it's not going to be now. This is a much higher time frame move. The more time in the market, the more room for error. I couldn't agree more. Everyone's like, oh, if I just spend more time on the charts, I'll just make more money. It's like, yeah, let's see how that works. There's a law of diminishing returns. Okay, there's a law of diminishing returns. Here's time. And then here's ability to make good decisions. Okay. So as time goes on, your ability to make good decisions diminishes. So the longer the time goes, the worse your decision making becomes. And so the longer you're spending on the charts, the more likely you are to have poor decision making start to play a factor because you've already exhausted, your bandwidth for good decision making. And if you guys are like, no, I can make good decisions all day, every day, that's not true. We all have a bandwidth for good decisions. So I'll tell you guys, after a certain time in the day, do not ask me to choose on anything important. Like even the CA team, if there's something important that needs to happen, get my opinion on it before 5 p.m. All right, because after 5 p.m., there's no guarantee I'm going to make a good choice. You have a bandwidth. Your mind is a supercomputer, right? And so whatever your capacity is for that supercomputer, that's what you'll be able to take advantage of on the charts. But you have to know yourself. If you've reached your cap and you're still on there trading, that's when you start making bad decisions. He said that makes so much sense. Yep. The best traders know how to walk away from the table. And amateur traders just think that the best traders know how to make money all the time. In reality, it's the ones that know how to keep the money that you guys see up here doing the things that we're doing. Keeping the money is the skill. Yo, we up in some profits on US 30, man. We up on some profits. Talk to me, guys. How many pips are you guys up on your accounts on US 30? Gold's coming up on entry. Yeah, US 30 is looking good. He said, LOL, I'm scaling in. Brother, you're probably 500 or 600 pips late to the party. No, you're about 1,000 pips late to the party. So you ask yourself if the extra 1,000 pips of risk is worth it. If it's worth it to you, accept the risk and move on. But I don't know. I don't know who's ready to jump at an extra 1,000 pips of risk. When the market gets to an area and it starts to create that slowdown, that's your opportunity to enter. Every minute, hour, or whatever that you wait and the market gets away from the entry, the bigger your stop loss is getting. Now your stop loss is all the way up here. So never chase the market. Just wait for a retracement and then catch it from up here. Okay? Because at this point, it's about to hit this level, this support level, and this is where it's likely to do that. Push back up, grab stop losses, continue down. So don't ever rush the trades. It's a UJ strong buy zone. So I'm actually going to send out this alert to take partial profits on US 30. Yeah, UJ looks really, really good for buys. Yeah, if you're trading this does look like a pretty good buy zone. I'm personally not going to take this trade. I don't trade UJ. But just from an analysis perspective, huge, huge area of buying. So if there's going to be a long, it'll probably be from this position. And this will give you the lowest risk. 16.5 pips. If you guys wait for that retest for 56 pips, about 3-to-1 risk to reward. So pretty good trade. Not my cup of tea, but I hope you enjoy that. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on GJ. This consolidation right here, basically just sitting in the consolidation. And the only thing that makes sense in my mind, this is a huge resistance level, but I can see the market recovering. What I'd like to see is a retest of this 150.8, and then we can probably get the push up from there. That would be the best entry for GJ, 150.8. So let's see. If we get a break above and retest, then we can just long GJ from 150.47. All right, gold's at that buy zone. I'm gonna go in the smaller time frame, wait for signs of reversal, and then take this scalp position from 63 up to 73. It's about 100 pips. What's our stop loss? Stop loss is a little bit big. 94 pips. All right, so the news just got released. Just a heads up. Yowster says check UJ, bro. I just said I don't trade UJ. What do you want from me? He said $476 goat entry on yesterday's signal. Make sure that you are in break even. I'm just sending an alert out in the chat, guys. If you guys hear me, if you guys don't hear me saying anything. Oh, Jesus. I think my break even just got hit. All right, I'm going to try for 1% on gold for gold longs. I'm going to take a gold buy right now. I'm going to try for a 1% trade. Technically, the stop loss should be 1758. I'm going to do 1759.5. The thing about these trades, guys, is when the market's this aggressive, make sure that your risk management is in check. It doesn't matter who calls the trade. If you're over leveraging, you're always going to be a break even trader because one loss is going to eat up all the good trades that you've just been making all week. So he said, bro, WTF, UJ just popped. Why is everybody talking about UJ, man? Oh, well, it did pop. Good 19 pips off that candle. I think GJ's next. GJ's the one I really want to watch. I don't like buying breakouts. I hate buying breakouts. So what I do is push up, retest, and then 151.46. So the best thing to do is as soon as this thing pops up, put a buy limit right here. As soon as it comes back to this entry, we just get tapped in. That's our play for GJ. Wait for a breakup, put buy limit, let the buy limit activate us in the trade. Euro AUD back on the move. And let's keep an eye on gold for now. God, that last 4-hour candle is crazy. And it doesn't seem to care about this level at all. If it doesn't wick up from here, guys, I'm closing this trade. This is ridiculous. That's our trade. Is the UCAD buy still? Is the UCAD still buying? It's confusing me. Isn't there a signal for UCAD? No, there's a UCHF, NZD, USD. USD CAD buy limit was active. This is so ugly. This price action is very ugly, but as long as it's respecting that support, still creating higher lows, still see the upside. Plus, just correlate it with the DXY. The DXY is very bullish, so UCAD is bound to pop. Also, this explains why UJ just moved so hard. There's NAS. Gold just being gold. So UJ longs are the ones, guys. UJ longs, I definitely see the buys. I cannot buy a breakout at resistance. I can't do it. Gotta wait for the break and retest. But this is 152.3 will get slapped. I'm telling y'all right now. If it doesn't, I'll quit trading Forex. All right, we're getting like a little minor rejection. Let's see if we get any sort of push up from here. If it just continues to break through, guys, I'm closing this gold trade. I have no no desire to be in this trade longer than we have to. And if you guys are on YouTube and you have an Instagram, you want to make sure to tag us on IG. We'll repost everybody that posts us. Ben, let me know what you see on gold. Let me know if this idea makes sense to you. Said, should we buy US 30 again? We were in shorts, brother. I don't know what you mean by again, but at this point, this thing is not looking good for the shorts. It hit my break even. I don't know if I'm going to re-enter this. I could still see this thing pushing down, but it would have to be after the market open for me to enter this. Yeah, I could see that. As long as it respects these highs, this could be another entry. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna come back to this in a sec. Gold breaking through. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really see this thing turning back around. Damn, that would have been good. 30. All right, so I'm just gonna stay on gold for now. That's kind of where my agenda is. Let's see if we get a push. I'm gonna give it a chance. Haven't closed yet. But I'll keep you guys updated on whatever I do. So basically, we're hanging out right now. If you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them because we're about to be hanging out for the next 15, 20 minutes just to see how this move plays out. So if you have questions, make sure to put them in now. Also, if you're in Miami, Omar and I are considering catching a flight down there next week for that for Q Banks' car meetup. Just to go see the guys, go see Drew, go see Ryan, go see Q, go see Emil. And I think Raul is going to be there. I think Alex is going to be there. So if you guys are in Miami, I'll let you know if we're going to pop up. You guys should definitely pull up. Might give out some free ChartAddicts t-shirts and just kind of like, shoot a couple vlogs, shoot a couple YouTube videos, and it'll be lit. I think gold headed to 1757 area. I could see that. Like if the market doesn't reject off of the high reaction zone as soon as it gets there, which is like right before it gets to a high reaction zone, it'll usually slow down. And as soon as it gets to that zone, it'll start to wick. And then you'll see just a big wick reaction. Those big reactions are like a quick scalp that you can catch and just be in and out of the market. The longer that the market takes to do that push up, the less likely it is to happen. Because it just shows that zone is not a high reaction zone. It's actually weaker than I thought. And because it's that weak, we're probably going to get a push down before we recover. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it a chance. So, what's the current world record for the trading live streams? So, I'll be honest, I actually can't find it in the Guinness records. I don't think anybody's ever actually recorded the longest live stream for trading. I'm sure it's not an American. I'm sure it's not like some British trader. It might be some like sick bastard from out east that was just streaming on Twitch for like 6 days straight. So I don't actually know what the record is, but I know that on YouTube what the record is, and it's I think it was like eight, like 9 hours or something really slight. But I have no issue. I have no issue doing like a 48-hour stream, guys. I think that it would be really, really fun. I think that like just to make it more fun, I'll start with a certain sized account, like let's say a $500 account, and the challenge will be basically like let's see how what the account size will look like after the 48 hours. So I'll basically just be trading like catching all 4 sessions in one stream and then doing it again the next day. The thing about these challenges is it's all going to be for charity basically. So all the profits I make on those streams is going to go straight to charity. I'm going to open up a link for folks to come in and donate, and then it's all going to go to St. Jude's. So I think doing stuff like this is fun, but I also want to do it for a good cause. Like, by no stretch of the imagination am I going to put myself through that for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to do any of that crazy shit to make money trading. But if we can do it for a good cause, and if we can like do something fun and get people engaged, have folks like James, Q, Raul, and everybody hop on, I think that would be awesome. So next week, live stream, charity stream, St. Jude's Hospital, all the big names. That's basically it. All right, I'm closing gold, guys. The market is too aggressive. Not a big fan of how it's looking at all. So the GJ respected 4-hour structure again. This right here would be a great entry for GJ on the smaller time frames. Let's see if I can get down to the 15. Because we form this wick to the upside. So if the candlestick comes up here and fills this wick, it confirms the upside. So how you would trade this, and this is like a really, really risky trade. About 21 pips of risk. For potentially 87 pips to the upside. So break and retest for me. As long as it sits below resistance, I don't want to take any buys. But as soon as we pop up and retest, I'm telling you guys, that's the entry. So yeah, Euro AUD pop back to entry. I think this is just another opportunity to enter. So I might actually add another position here. So let's do this, guys. There's just so you can say that we took a trade on the stream. 1.608. Stop losses above these previous this previous retest. So we're going to call that 614. Which is about 60 pips. And your take profit level, that's going to be one. Let me find a whole number here. 1.6 flat. All right, so sell Euro AUD market. You know, we always talk about the markets being a lot of psychology. Well, trading in general just being a lot of psychology. Let me turn this around just to say hi to you guys. All right, what's up, people? Good morning and good afternoon and good night, depending on where you guys are calling in from. So I want to talk about technicals versus psychology. We say that trading is 90% psychology because your ability to actually perform the way that you're supposed to, that's basically it all depends on your mental state, right? If you're more confident, you're just going to look at the market and say, you know what, win or lose, I'm fine with being right. So I guess it helps with like defining what confidence really is and then how it relates to trading. Confidence isn't really like, no, this trade's going to hit. This trade's going to hit. That's more arrogance than confidence. Confidence is it's okay if this trade doesn't hit because I understand what my strategy is. I understand my risk parameters and I'm willing to accept the risk on this trade. So make sure that you guys are making that distinction. The second piece is that trading is a technical sport. It's a technical game. And so a lot of you guys that are like kind of like not putting enough attention into the technicals, enough attention into candlestick reversals, trend changes and momentum and things like that, you're always going to be on the back foot. Even if you have the world's strongest psychology, you still need that technical backing to gain confidence. So they both play into each other. I know in the past we've always said that technicals are slight and that psychology is the main factor, but I think that we just take for granted how much we actually know about technicals. And then when I peel back the layers, I realize that the better that you guys get at technicals, the better that I personally get with understanding my technical strategy, the more the psychology I don't have to worry about. I don't have to self-police. I don't have to remind myself to stay in trades. I don't have to like, clench and hold during drawdowns because I understand what the market's likely to do and I have confidence in that strategy. So build confidence in your technical skill set and the psychology is just bound to follow. You feel what I'm saying? That's my take on that. So we'll let Euro AUD do its thing. We'll come back and check. Well, that's cooking. We might have got out the gold trade a little early. Possible re-entries. It went about 30 pips below the zone. So that's the reason I closed. 30 pips drawdown, 30 pips under the zone. Then again, that is pretty standard for gold. Gold will not just give you a trade for free. There is a considerable amount of risk involved in taking a gold trade because of how wide your stops actually have to be. So I'm honestly not even stressing this trade. I couldn't care less if it moves, but it was a good attempt. If it pulls back up, at least the technicals was right. But yeah, I'm not stressing this gold move. So gold's retracing to the daily level. $17.56 area, that would be really good. Just like we get some slowdown here. Dips down, comes back up, that'd be awesome. This little like square root sign, it consolidates at a specific level, loads up buys, loads up buys, loads up buys, pushes up a little bit, crashes down, continues. I could see that. If you're a ChartAddicts member, don't worry about like forcing trades this morning. I will call some bangers if there are some for NAS 100 because I am stalking that re-entry. US 30, I think, is about to continue bullish at this point. It's rejecting off of previous buy areas. The way I'm looking at this right now, it rejected off of this previous high reaction zone. You guys look left, buy, buys, and then we're rejecting again. I think this thing wants to push up. So that target would be 35,170. But I'll keep that out. Keep that out. And we might have jumped out of gold a little too early. That's fine. Yeah, I'm leaving that alone. GJ waiting patient. Guys, I don't really see a lot of moves. I think we're gonna have to wait till after the market open to get some good pushes. GU would have been the best trade. Market is already bearish. We retraced to this level, came down, had another retracement. This would have been a pretty decent trade. Location was there. Yeah, at this point, guys, I don't really see anything besides GJ buys. I think that gold still going to push up. And then I'm in this Euro AUD shorts. Those are the three trades. Those are the three trades that I'm in. Oh, I'm not in. Those are the three trades that I'm watching. I'm not in gold. Just a heads up. I am in Euro AUD. I am watching GJ longs. So we're just going to have to wait and see. It's a very risky trade, man. Very risky trade. I really want to take the GJ. That's the patience. So it won't be on this live stream. Apologize, guys. I wanted to give out a smasher on the stream. I think Euro AUD will be a smasher, but currency pairs take a while to develop, so we're not going to get the whole, enter a trade, go straight into profit, whatever. Said August 9th, daily below, bounce right back. He said UJ though. Bro, stop talking to me about UJ. Ain't nobody watching that. I mean, somebody's watching it, just not me. Real close. It's like watching paint dry. Guys, I am not going to force trades on this stream. I'm not going to waste your time either. If you're a ChartAddicts member, just keep an eye out for the chat. We'll find great trades. And yeah, I'm going to leave like probably 5 or 10 minutes for you guys to ask questions. We can chop it up. We can do some education. We can do whatever. But pre-market open, you really have an opportunity between basically 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. to catch some good trades. After that window, I basically just don't trade at all until after the market open. So there's basically going to be like a 30-minute window on this call where I don't do anything. And that's just counterproductive to everybody. I'm not wasting y'all's time like that. So if you have any questions, let them rip. If you don't have any questions, you guys want to, you guys are about to go about your day, just keep an eye out for GJ. GJ is going to pop off 152.2. If it doesn't hit that, I'll eat my shoe. Euro AUD. I'm in these shorts. Let you guys know how that goes. Worst case scenario, this thing pops back up for a retest and then comes back and drops. Currencies take patience. Currencies take patience. All righty, guys. Let those questions rip. Let those questions rip. GJ at support. We have rejection. Not taking a trade is also a trade. I don't know if that's true, but it's definitely a good idea. So I'm up 100 points on U30, entry at 38, whatever. Can you please do a quick top-down analysis? If you have free time on the live, sure thing. Euro USD. You're going against momentum on the gold trade. That's true, but you guys got to look at the difference between structure and momentum. And so if the direction of the market's a certain way, then structure is very important. Momentum is also important. I don't want to trade against momentum, but high reaction zones are high reaction zones. So that's it. Is it at the wharf? Yeah, that's the one in Miami that we're planning on going to. So what about US 30? US 30 is looking bullish at the moment, but we're not going to know until the market open. We're going to have to wait for the market open. I got a buy limit on gold 1756 with 25 pip stop. You might need a bigger stop loss, but that entry is good. Don't need to have a lot of drawdown if you just get a good entry. I mean, ain't that the truth? So this guy said, if you get a sniper entry, you don't have to worry about drawdown. Like, yeah. Thanks, bro. The Euro AUD sell still valid? To me, it is. Are you in Euro and AUD? I don't even know what that question means. I'm in gold sells. Should I exit before New York session open? I mean, bro, you're selling at the low of the market. You're already making a horrible decision. It isn't my personal trading opinion because of the way that I trade. Is I buy low and sell high. And so this thing is in momentum. And so when it's in momentum, it has the potential to keep going. But the lower it gets, the lower it gets, the lower it gets, the more likely you are to see one of these big sharp rejections. And so your shorting opportunities are up here. And then on a retest, somewhere up here. I personally don't like to short low. All right. It's buy low and then sell high. So the lower it gets into these daily zones, the more so that I'm looking for a rejection back up. Okay. That's my take on shorting the breakouts. Is like, yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Roy said it wasn't gonna drop and then it dropped. Like it could drop. I'm just talking about taking the trade at these zones and just being smart about your placement. All right. I bought against momentum strictly because we had a bullish rejection, a huge bullish rejection, and we had made a retest at a high reaction zone. So to me, the market was still bullish. As long as it respected this, then we were going to continue up. But I think it wants to come down and grab that liquidity from 1756 first. So if you're going to short it, just understand your risk. Your stop loss probably 1766. Just right back inside this range. And yeah. I'm leaving gold alone. I expect Stefano or Joseph or somebody to send out a signal on gold if there's an entry. So I'm going to let them have it. Damn, Euro AUD. Up here. I'm going to hold Euro AUD. I think it's going to come up to retrace one of these two levels. And I'll let you guys know how that goes. Keep you guys updated. It says, when you get a chance, I sent you a question about my setup. Thanks. Is it in the chat? I don't see it in the chat. Can't find it. When is the Ethereum giveaway? The Ethereum giveaway is going to be on the live stream, on the record live stream. How long did you trade currencies before focusing on indices? 2 years. 2 years. And yeah, and every day it reminds me why I stopped. Because on NASDAQ, like I get these precision entries, I get very little drawdown, and I get, for the majority of the time, it's either instant profits or we get an answer pretty quick. It's either going to hit stop loss or profit. For currencies, it's like a 4 to 5 hour wait, and then potentially, like most currency trades, take 3 to 7 days to play out. So it's really just like a set and forget. If I take a currency trade, I literally can't look at it because I'm just going to end up treating it as if it was an index and saying, oh, these candlesticks are forming against it, 1 hour, this and that, looking at smaller time frames. That's just not conducive to good trading. So if you're trading currencies, set and forget is a great strategy because it'll keep you from, messing with the account. But yeah, to answer that question, I've basically traded currencies for like since 2017 and 2018. And then once I got introduced to Q, I started to see that Q only traded US 30. And so obviously we had tried to trade US 30 before. Me and Omar had tried to figure it out. We made a shit ton of money on US 30. But we also lost a shit ton of money on US 30. And then I discovered NAS 100 at the in the middle of 2019. And the structure was, the structure was so clean that I built it as part of my strategy. Like NASDAQ moves pretty clean. The volume is high as shit. So if you take a trade, you could be in and out in one candle. And that's the beauty of NASDAQ. The structure is pretty self-explanatory, right? Support becomes resistance. That's pretty self-explanatory. Higher highs and higher lows. So structural low, push up, push down, higher lows, push up, push down, higher lows. The structure is pretty self-explanatory. So overall, I think that NASDAQ had a really good clean structure, and that's why I decided to switch over. Yeah, good thing we got out of this gold. The momentum is too aggressive right now. So core retail sales and retail sales came out better than expected, which explains the huge push on indices. And then the unemployment claims are lower than expected, which means that less people filed for unemployment. Or sorry, this is higher than expected. So more people filed unemployment claims than they expected. The forecast was that there was going to be 325,000. There was about 10,000 extra people that they didn't account for that are applying for unemployment benefits. Guys, 10,000 people. And in all reality, like in the overall picture of the economic health of America, this is pretty minor. 10,000 individuals filing unemployment for $600 a month or $600 a week. Sorry, that's not going to be significant enough to move the markets. But these core retail sales will, because people buy stocks based on hype. If retail sales are up, everyone's like, oh, people are buying Apple products, Walmart, Amazon. I'm going to go buy more of their stock because it seems like retail is back on the move. And so those, stocks end up getting pumped because of news like this. All right, guys, like I said, not going to take up you guys' time if I don't see any opportunities. I think that this stream is pretty good for us to just touch base, get on here. If there's some quick moves that we can take advantage of in the market, we will. But yeah, the way it stands right now, I mean, sheesh. I'm considering this re-entry on US 30. That's the last thing that I see right now. We're getting a double top rejection at the 71% 71% Fibonacci. That would be wicked. Alrighty, guys. That's all I got. Like I said, ChartAddicts members, we ain't missed nothing. We about to send out signals all day. NZD USD is in profit. USD CHF is in profit. Let me see what other trades we had going. US 30 hit stop loss, or sorry, it hit break even. Omar just sent out an alert to close USD CHF if you're still in this trade. This thing just popped. I think it just hit TP for about 70 pips. Good stuff. Okay, no other trades open for now. So happy and safe trading, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the chat. This US 30 re-entry is catching my eye. So I probably just send out another Zoom link after the market open for ChartAddicts members, and we'll get on here and live trade after there's some more volume. How much are you managing to have a 60 pip SL? I don't really know what kind of question that is. What does that even mean? How much are you managing? Like, how much am I managing my risk? 60 pip SL? Help me understand the question. All right, good example on GJ, no retest, no entry. So we never got a break above and we never got the retest. And so buying at the breakout would have been a little bit reckless. So time to look for potential re-entries on GJ. This thing could be going short now. But we're going to have to check back at the 1 hour closure, which is in about 49 minutes. Let's just see how this next candle closes. If it just wicks down and wicks back up, we'll have an answer. So time will tell on that one. Is there anything? Nope. And Euro AUDs pushing back up. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not good. I'm counting an Elliott 5 wave right here, which means that if this is 4, then 5 is up here. So patience with this. Let's see how it reacts around these levels that we have up. If it starts to break through them, we'll have an answer. But I still see Euro AUD dropping. Is it still worth holding EA for entry at 1.608 after the close of previous 4-hour candle? I'll personally give it a shot. I just want to see how this next candle reacts, because we're still making higher lows. Here's the previous high. Here's the new high, still lower. We look left. We're at a major sell zone right here. So as long as it's below these lines, it's still a sell. You guys look here, big reaction around that same zone. Big reaction around that same zone for shorts. Sells, minor rejection. And let's see what happens here. Let's see if we continue to respect as a short, or if this thing wants to push up. Alrighty, y'all. Happy and safe trading. I'll see you guys later today. I don't see any more questions loading up in the chat box. So yeah, that's basically it. After the market opens, if we see any opportunities, like I said, signals will be sent and I'll send a Zoom link. If there's any last questions, make sure you guys put them up. If not, see you guys later. I think he means how you're minimizing the loss to your account with that big of a stop loss. I mean, it's easy. Just reduce your lot size. 60 pip stop loss doesn't mean anything. Like if I have a 100K account and I put a micro lot size, 0.01 with 60 pips, that means I'm risking $6 on a 100K. The pip count doesn't actually matter. A lot of you guys are so stuck on using a specific lot size that when the pip counts go up, you're like, oh my, 60 pip risk. There's no way I can take that trade. When in reality, all you have to do is just cut your stop loss, or sorry, cut your lot size in half. If you're like, well, Roy, why would I do that? It's because if you're risking 60, you're looking to make at least twice as much, or you're looking to make at least 120. So even if you cut your lot size in half, you'll still be making twice as many pips in the profit, and you'll make up for all the profits. So some trades require you to have a higher risk just because of the volatility of that market. All you have to do is just reduce your lot sizing, and then you'll be able to take those trades effortlessly. A lot of the reason that people stress over trades, should I open, should I close, how's it going, this and that, is usually because of over leverage. If you're risking an appropriate amount of money, if you have $1,000 account and you're risking $5 on the account, I don't think anybody's going to be in panic mode over a trade if the most you're losing is $5. Okay? So, yeah. If you guys are uncomfortable with a specific trade, try lowering your lot size until you're comfortable, and you'll start to realize that over leveraging is fucking up 90% of your trades because you're not allowing them to play out. So, oh, makes sense, bro. Thank you for sure. And I don't want to be disrespectful, guys, but this is kind of basic. So if you guys haven't figured out how to reduce your lot sizing and how to adjust it, you really shouldn't be taking trades. because your ability to manage trades is all dependent on your ability to understand how to risk on your account and how to reduce risk on your account. So I highly recommend to take a step away from trading in general and just go do some education and just figure out exactly how to reduce your lot sizing, how to calculate your lot sizing, and all the rest. All right, guys, happy and safe trading. Take it easy. This is Roy from ChartAddicts signing off. I want to see all of you guys next week on the live stream. We're going to try to break the world record for the world's longest live stream. I'm going to find out what Guinness says about the longest live stream. All the money made during that challenge will be donated to charity. So if you guys want to participate, I'm going to send out information about the stream this weekend. I don't know if we're going to do it on YouTube because YouTube has a 12-hour maximum limit. We might have to do this on an app called Twitch, which is what gamers use to stream. And then there's a mechanism in there where you guys can do donations. So you guys get on. If I make you some money, donate some of it to charity, put it in the pot. We're going to get like Q and James and Raul and Mamba and like anybody that we can to stop by the stream, show some love, find some trades, take some trades, make some money, donate to charity. So it's going to be really fun. Next Thursday, world record live trading stream. I want to see everybody there, especially if you guys are watching on YouTube. I want to, I want to see you guys there for sure. It's going to be one of the most memorable moments of trading for most people in the last 5 or 6 years. We're going to do a crazy marathon trading session where all the money gets donated to charity, where I start with a $500 account and we see what happens over time as I get more tired to see if money is made or money is lost. Everyone gets the investor password to the account for the live stream. This is going to be fun as shit. So I want to see you guys there. If you guys are on YouTube, catch you next time. ChartAddicts members, happy and safe trading.